Riley, North Carolina. Number 23, Deja Morgan. Junior forward from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Number 24, Kate Purple.
And welcome to Southern Virginia University Knights Arena on the Knights Broadcasting. We are excited to bring you a contest today between the Southern Virginia University women's basketball team and the Meredith College Avenging Angels basketball team. Don't have to make a distinction in men's or women's. It's at least for undergrad and all women's college. They do have men in graduate school at Meredith. This is an exciting opportunity for both teams as it's a conference game. Very important for the Knights to maintain their lead at the top. Right now, 12-0 in conference, only one game ahead of Greensboro. Meredith looking to turn their tides around and get on a winning streak. I am Scotty Winterton. I'm here joining you with my colleague, Skylar Johnson. As always, Skylar will bring great insights into the game of basketball. He actually has an opportunity now and then to be with the women's basketball team here during practice. He knows a lot about what's going on here and in basketball in general. Skylar, you looked over both these teams. Talk to me about what you feel is important for today's game.
Well, the Southern Virginia Knights should be the talk of the town. They are on a 13-game winning streak, and they are doing so in dominant fashion. Meredith comes into this led behind the high-scoring forward Kate Perko, averaging 20 points in conference right now. Knights looking to stop her scoring outbursts. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be about the Knights' ability to defend, and for Meredith, it's going to be about outscoring this mighty Knights offense. Looking forward to a great one, Scotty.
Yeah, really distinction. They're Avenging Angels are averaging 54 points per game, Skylar. The Knights are at 76 points per game. So essentially, the Angels have to come up with another 22 points in terms of scoring differential. And right away, Nan Christensen getting into the paint. And you'll see, I think in this game, the athleticism of Christensen and Katie Garish be on this full display. The Avenging Angels are going to have a hard time on the defensive end managing that duo.
Yeah, the speed of Christensen on the offensive end is so hard to defend around the perimeter. But don't get it wrong, she'll battle around in the paint. I had the opportunity to talk to her before the game. She said her focus is mostly going to be on rebounding tonight. She wants to make sure she dominates the rebounding category to help her team win tonight.
Driving with the ball, Michaela Thompson doing a great job. Can't get the ball to fall. McCrolla sporting some really cool shoe game. Gets that rebound. Sophie Wright also noticed in the starting lineups, got also strong shoe game. Got to get that in.
Yeah, absolutely. What a feed right there from Newman to McCrolla as she gets that one in.
McCrolla has had when she's on around the paint, she is doing a great job of finishing, but her job really is to support in that paint and finish when she gets the chance. She plays great defense. She knows what her job is. She does it really well. A turnover there between Garish and Christensen coming the other way. Starting for the Avenging Angels, Michaela Thompson, we already seen on that drive. Playing at point, Piper Carrier and Riley Bulliard, Deja Morgan, and as you mentioned, Kate Perko. Ball over to the Knights. McCrolla in transition. Tries to go up and under. They're going to get the foul on Thompson with the body.
Yeah, everything in transition right now for the Knights. You can see the speed, the overall speed of the lineup, the starting lineup for the Knights. Great move right there. Not sure how she got that one up and through the defense, but takes the foul and able to knock down the first free throw.
For the Knights, Savannah Christensen, Addison Newman, Emma Camden, Katie Garish, Courtney McCrolla all starting. That's the usual five, minus any injuries. This has been the starting five for a while for the Knights. Anna Singer is out for this game. She's been one of the sixth man, if you will, a sixth woman to come in for the Knights. You see how the duo of Coach Schroeder and Coach Schroeder handle their bench today.
Yeah, with Singer missing tonight, that's a significant amount of defense as well. That's going to have to made up for. I talked to, as I mentioned, Nan about the absence of Singer. She says you just got to play defense And she does score a lot off the bench as Garish gets the putback right there.
And Singer's the top three-point shooter percentage-wise for the Knights of their top 7 or so. And in conference, she's shooting 45% from the three-point arc. So the Knights will have to figure out a way to either just play inside, which, given the size differential, there's the block, size differential on display as Perko gets blocked by Garish. And you mentioned in conversation that you had with Coach Schroeder, Brett, that was going to be an emphasis for them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Got to get stops when she's around the basket and then push in transition, and that's exactly what they did right there. You saw Katie be able to defend without fouling and get the block and then push in transition quickly to Courtney, who was already down the court in anticipation. It was a great play right there, just couldn't get the bucket. Beautiful shot right there from Deja Morgan. Spots up with her feet set and knocks it down.
Yeah, when you're looking at the stats, after Perko, it really evens out, and there's a number of players all averaging 5 to 7 points a game. So the other 4 on the team can definitely score on the court, rather with Perko. They're just going to need to find an additional 4 or 5 points per player to make up that differential. And here's a foul on the Knights, their first team foul.
Yeah, Newman just gets caught with the body right there. Just needs to be able to move the feet a little bit more. But defense for the Knights have been super aggressive. Just 2 points scored. A bunch of turnovers caused by the Knights early.
I'm going to do a little clock fixing right now. That's the reason for the stoppage. Yeah, early on, Knights, no three-pointers yet. They take a number of three-pointers. Throughout the season, they've taken 294, but and it's spread all over the place between Anna Singer and Emma Camden. Even Christensen has taken 47. Only Katie Garish of the top players getting time has not taken a three-pointer for the Knights. Camden pushing to Christensen.
Yeah, another huge block right there from Garish.
It'll be a over and back on that pass from Christensen to Garish. Garish not ready for it. Man not quite on the mark. Nice. I think not super in sync on the offensive end, yet still leading by 8. The quick jumper from Carrier does not fall, and Camden will trigger the offense for the Knights. She's been playing this point guard position basically the whole of this basketball season. And that entry pass to McCrolla not find the mark. Again, just a little off on their passes. The third time that a pass is not connected for the Knights on the offensive end.
Yeah, that's a good look right there from Perko. Great defense from Garish to not foul right there. But that's a look that Perko can knock down. Shoots majority of her shots around that painted area there.
Camden gets to her left hand, but throws it up to Garish. That was a nice entry pass as Garish is being fronted by the Avenging Angels defender, and a really nice pass. There was not much room for error right there. The baseline was squeezing Garish between her defender and that baseline. Perfect pass, great finish from Garish. Knights up by 10. Deja Morgan trying to get the key, gets there, not able to make anything of it once she does. 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, nothing coming easy for Meredith on offense.
Great transition defense from Thompson, doesn't fall for the Euro. And then her teammate, there's Kate Perko getting involved on the defensive end with the block. And we'll get our first television timeout. Teams will go to their respective benches.
Yeah, Knights pushing in transition with a lot of energy, but just making a couple mistakes. As we saw a great defensive play on Camden as Camden went down the lane. And then another great defensive play by Meredith on the next shot attempt by Newman. You love the aggressive way that the Knights are attacking the paint, but Meredith holding strong. And the story of the game so far is Meredith just can't get anything to go. 1 of 9 so far, just shooting 11% early on, getting looks that they would like and looks that normally would hit, but just struggling to score right now. And the Knights getting shots from within the paint and, of course, 4 for 4 from their free throws. The Knights doing tremendous down the stretch, knocking down their free throws this season.
So I think, Skylar, when you look at that 1 for 9, I agree. I think their shots were in rhythm. I think they were within the scope of the offense. I don't think any of them were out of sort, and that Coach Ron would be upset about. But each one of them has also, I think, had a hand in the face. The Knights are playing good, stay in front of you defense. And it'll just, I think that you'll see the Avenging Angels keep getting those shots. They got athletes. Their movement is good. Their spacing is pretty solid, but they're going to have to hit shots with a hand in their face. And in most cases, the person with the hand in their face is going to be taller than they are. As when you look at the matchups right here, all but one, the Knights have the size advantage. And that shot goes in and out. Garish, though, gets the offensive rebounds. The Knights will have a second opportunity, 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, that's a look you definitely want Sophie Wright taking, as a beautiful feed pass inside to Garish from Nan. If you're a Knights basketball fan, you've been seeing that for years. Beautiful feed right there from Christensen to Garish.
Yeah, who's going to cover Garish? Who's going to cover Christensen? Bolyard and Perko taking those duties. Nice inside-out move, stop, fade away, beautiful shot. Awesome shot from Deja Morgan.
Yeah, Deja Morgan soft with the touch. Right baseline jumper off the cross. Beautiful look right there from Morgan.
Knights running this 5-out offense. Garish posting. They're double teaming her. Knights are going to have open shots. This rebound goes out to Newman. Christensen with the three-pointer. And the ball will be off of, unless it's a foul call, I think it's going to be off of the Angels.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of been the story for the Knights the last few games, home and away. Just haven't been able to rely on the three-point jumpers like they were early on in the season, and have really gone into the paint for the majority of their wins. And just 3 attempts right there, continuing to get offensive rebounds as they dominate the rebounding category. Just can't get anything to fall but those buckets inside.
Yeah, the Knights now are shooting 29% from the three-point arc. But if you were to look at the last several games, it would be it's definitely below the 29%. So until that comes back, when you're a shooter, you got to shoot. McCrolla with the block. Shooters got to shoot, but also, if the team's not doing well, you play to your strengths. And in this game, for sure, the paint will be their strength.
And talking about strengths, already 3 blocks down here for the Knights. Just a bunch of defense in the paint, but we see a beautiful look right there from Perko, and that's a shot that she's attempted a couple different times tonight. Gets her first one to go. I'm sure that will not be the last one as she gets the lid off the basket.
Yeah, nice inbound play, gets her open. McCrolla late getting up there. And there's a shot that falls for the Knights. They've been looking for those outside shots to fall, and they get one.
Yeah, speaking of getting the lid off the basket, Camden, just with confidence, hasn't been able to knock down a whole bunch, but had a couple in the win over Averett the other night, and able to knock that one down from the corner.
You hear Coach Schroeder yelling on the shooter, box out. And, fundamentals, right? Every time you put a hand in the face, turn and box out. Great job getting that ball back for the Avenging Angels. Camden will come out. In for the Knights, number 1, J.D. O'Bray.
Yeah, O'Bray plays really good defense, a lot of energy and activity. She's just a freshman, high ceiling for this defender. It's a great play right there from McCrolla.
Help defense from McCrolla was pretty good. And then the turnover in the pass and transition. Knights with currently 4 turnovers. All of them have come off of unforced errors.
Yeah, and we mentioned they were going to be pushing in transition, and we talked about that before the game. Just making a little bit of mental mistakes and a little communication error right there between Newman and Misaki.
And the foul on McCrolla. Perko working hard in the block, gets to the line. The Knights have 4 subs in right now. Sorry, 3. Sophie Wright's in. McCrolla will come out for Garish. Newman will come out for Jessup. Barrett Jessup is in. J.D. O'Bray, Sophie Wright. Miyasaki is in, along with the recently entered Garish. For the Venging Angels, they have an additional sub in Lindsey Bell, 5'7" junior from Fayetteville, North Carolina, is also in.
And this is something I was wondering before the game. Jessup Barrett getting into the game earlier than she normally does, and that's probably due to Singer, as we see another turnover in transition by the Knights. But the guard play of Jessup filling in for Singer off the bench could be a big deal right here, as we see a huge shot right there. Another one, this time by Lindsey Bell, able to knock that one down.
Right, didn't start, but she's their second leading scorer at 7.4 points per game. From the three-point line, she is a 34% shooter. She's hit 23 of 66 on the season, make it 24 of 67. Jessup with a nice turnaround in the post.
Yeah, that's a great move right there from Jessup. Jessup has such a confidence when she plays on this offensive end. Gets it done right there with the nifty little turnaround J.
Yeah, she's only averaging about a bucket a game. As you said, probably she's getting in earlier now with Anna Singer out. The Knights currently with 5 turnovers, all unforced. They need to clean that up. Miyazaki just decides to stop and pop. The rebound goes to JD O'Bray, and Knights will trigger again. Now into Garish to the outside, and they're going to get the foul call as Miyazaki takes the shot. Riley Bulliard gets a little too aggressive on the closeout, comes underneath her, and they're going to get a opportunity.
Miyazaki's got a stroke from the three-point line. I say keep shooting. The Knights are being able to get offensive rebounds, in handfuls right now, and the Knights are also getting themselves to the free throw line. So I say keep shooting if you're the Knights. Leading in the rebounds right now, 13-3, with about a minute left in this first, up 9.
Miyazaki been in the line 31 times this season, a 58% free throw shooter. Hits the first of 2. And that one's off to the right. Putting her right about her average, 66% on the afternoon for her free throws. The step back. Nice move from Lindsey Bell. You can see why she's the team's second leading scorer already at 5 points early in the first half. Jessup wide open at the point, lets it rain, and finds the bottom of the bucket.
Yeah, that is a stroke right there. Nobody comes up and covers Jessup at the top of the key, and just full confidence knocks it down.
They're only 5 seconds into the shot clock, but Skylar, you know this team really well. That's in rhythm with their offense, right?
Absolutely, and I was talking to that right before the shot, is keep shooting if you're the Knights, because they were getting those offensive rebounds. Eventually they'll go through the net, and we saw Jessup knock that one down.
Yeah, this is a good game for the Knights to take an opportunity if they're up, work through some of the kinks that you might have. It's interesting as a coach, you can go into every game feeling like it's going to be a close game. But when things get out of hand, now you have an opportunity to make choices, and there's the three-pointer from Sophie Wright. Doesn't fall as the game clock comes to an end, and double zeros on the clock result in a Knights leading by 24 points. On pace, Skylar, right now for 96 points in the game, which would be well above their season average of 78. So now the Vandy Angels 13 points is not bad, but they're going to need to find a way to slow down this out, because even with the 5 unforced errors, the Knights have 14 rebounds to the 5 of the Avenging Angels.
Yeah, I talked about this before the game. The Knights score at such a high rate. Meredith was going to have to, find a way to keep up with the scoring pace, and so far the Knights 8 of 17 and able to knock down 2 of 7 from beyond the arc and getting shots from basically wherever they want around the court. Meredith needs to do a better job at closing out on shooters and pushing in transition. We've seen them set up in half-court sets for the majority of the time, and that's where the Knights have, the clear advantage. And then you love the instant offense that Barrett Jessup brought in with Anna Singer on the bench, not dressing out for tonight. Comes in and gets a nice little bucket in the paint, and then answers it right back with a spot-up three-point jumper. Able to extend the lead a little bit here. But so far an entertaining game, back and forth, and the Knights in clear control here.
Yeah, Meredith is playing. They're right now when you look at the conference standings, they come in the conference 4-10. All 4 of their wins are in conference, so they've had plenty of confidence, I think, in conference play. That shot off to the left as Christensen gets the rebound. The Knights have brought in all their starters for the beginning of the second quarter. But Meredith, as they play, you don't see a team that seems nervous. They're just a little bit outmatched right now inside.
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. The passing right there was, it's tremendous. They moved it around 3 or 4 different times, exactly how Lynette Schroeder draws it up on the whiteboard, and able to get a beautiful look from Garish, who had the steal.
The Knights right now are, and this is something you talk about and look at often. Here's another shot from Bell, just off. She'd hit her first 2. It looked really good. Missed the last 2. But when you look at the assists, the Knights right now have made 9 shots. On those 9 shots, they have 8 assists. This is something you talk about with the team all the time, Skylar.
Absolutely, yeah. They share the ball incredibly well. None of them are selfish. They all work for themselves. They work for each other, as we see Courtney able to get it right back after the rebound. But they work as a team really well. They've been playing a tremendous amount of time together, and they have leaders. They have young talent. They have speed. They have power. They do well on the defensive end, as we see right there, and they push in transition so fast as Newman gets that one in.
Yeah, Newman was only, half a step, 1 step ahead of her defender, and Christensen with a beautiful over-the-shoulder pass, Tom Brady-esque, and finds Newman underneath, and Newman doing a great job to finish. Right as you're talking about their ability to push in transition. Nice timing. So the Knights have extended this lead now to 17, and it's been all Knights here in the second quarter as they've got the first 6 points. Coach Megan Ron calling her timeout. She is a first-year head coach. She was hired in June of 2021, so this is her first season coaching the Avenging Angels, and she has some really good players. Not a ton of freshmen on the team, though.
And no seniors as well, some junior leadership. People that have been around, girls that have been around for a while, but a lot of opportunity, in her first year, and looking to turn it around for the remainder of this season. And the Knights rolling right now. Garish has 10 points on 5 of 6, basically all of her shots, with her hand right at the rim. Hasn't got to the free throw line, but working her way close to that double-double already in this first half. And
right, the 6 rebounds, 10 points, very efficient. And she hasn't been in the whole, she was taken out for about 6, maybe 5 minutes of that first half, and first quarter, and so just very efficient play out of her.
Yeah, that's a good word to describe how the Knights have played so far in this first half. Although the mental mistakes and a couple turnovers, unforced, been an efficient game so far. A lot of one-and-done possessions.
Nicola pulls down her 4th rebound. So, yeah, one-and-dones from the Meredith end is really tough for them. The Knights currently have 5 offensive rebounds and a number of points on second chance.
Yeah, Katie is dominating right now, and they're getting the ball to her every opportunity they can as Perko attempts that little mid-range jumper.
Watching Michaela Thompson play, she gets into really great positions over and over again, but she's not taking the shots. I really love the way Thompson plays. I think she needs to be a little more selfish with the ball, and when she gets into when she gets in the lane, go ahead and get those shots up. She's got great handles. She's shifty. When her and Bell are on the court, which seems to be, to me, their best combo, they are really good about getting into the lane. I think they need to do a little bit more of that. She's just kicking it out, and so far, 6 of 21 on shooting, 28%. It's not working real well for the Avenging Angels. And the foul coming against Christensen.
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier. Nan not afraid to put her back to the basket and play a little post game. Just comes in, at about 6 foot, 6'1", but plays incredibly tall, incredibly strong, and that time does a little post work and almost gets the roll on that foul, but knocks down the first of her 2.
That's the second foul on Carrier. Carrier playing point, triggers for her offense, double high post at the elbows, dribbles to the lane, nice opportunity, really great chance, good shot from Danica Ray. That's her first shot, I think, of the afternoon. And then foul on Katie Perko as McCrolla taking advantage of her opportunity in transition to go to the bucket, gets fouled. She'll get her chances at foul shots number 3 and 4.
Yeah, we can't say it enough. We're seeing contested shots down here by Meredith, and the Knights pushing in transition and just outrunning down the court. And this time Courtney able to draw the foul and looks to extend the lead here at the free throw line.
Yeah, still no points in the second quarter for the Angels. The Knights with 10, and coming away with the ball is Thompson. She is pushing in transition. Nice stop, but they're going to say she dragged the foot. Yeah, they can say she dragged that right foot, not quite coming to the jump stop. But again, you see what I mean, right? Like that woman has handles, and I love the intensity that she's playing with. Coach Ron just asked her to settle down just a little bit, but they need this out of Michaela Thompson right now. Getting to the lane is Christensen.
Yeah, exactly how they draw it up right there. Great dribble handoff and big 2 long steps from Nan through the lane. It's hard to defend that right there, and especially when she gets up towards the rim, and then a great steal in the passing lane, and then again pushing in transition.
Kick out, and the little 6-footer hits front rim, hits back rim, front rim, and then falls down. In for the Avenging Angels, Grace Ledford, the freshman, one of the 3 freshmen on the team, 5'3" from Raleigh, North Carolina. That has the ball now. Entry pass, and the block from McCrolla.
Yeah, that's a good seal down there, but McCrolla just, too smart on defense right there. Doesn't foul, able to get the block, and then push down here, and Camden spots up.
Wide open, goes back rim. Good inside-out play by the Knights. Carrier triggering for the offense. Into Perko. Can't find anything. Nice baseline pass. Really nice drive, unable to finish, was Ledford with her first shot of the game. The Knights are not letting the shot clock give. I think it's the 4th time in a row that they've had offense with a shot before the 22nd mark in the shot clock. Clearly an emphasis for Coach Schroeder and her Knights offense.
The Knights look in sync and are scoring at will right now. It's a beautiful look right there from Katie, able to spot up, and then again, Michaela Thompson, and you're calling it, yeah, great little handle, sidestep to the right, pull up J. Now that was a nice move right there, able to answer.
Over the top, good double team from Thompson, but she just got a little too aggressive. Smart play from Danica Ray to front Garish, but you can only front if you know and have confidence that on the backside you have help, weak side help available when the pass goes over the top. And Thompson was there just a little late and then a little aggressive. She knew with Garish catching that ball just 2 feet from the basket that she had to do something. And she fouls Garish, but it was on the floor, so no shot, no free throw shots.
Yeah, I love this lineup right here from Lynette Schroeder. Going small ball here, taking both posts out. Biggest player in the game might be Barrett Jessup, who plays like a 3 or a 2. It's an interesting move right here.
They're going to call a travel on the Knights offense. So Michaela Thompson gets the scoring going for the Avenging Angels as they get their first 2 points on that last possession. Knights now with a 25-point lead. Thompson inside out, gets to her right hand, and Sophie Wright with a little California defense. Well, you let them go by, and then you just reach around. I don't want to call it lazy, but California style. Just a little chill. Just a little chill.
Yeah, it's a baller move right there. It takes a lot of confidence, but great little swipe right there. But
well, sometimes you got to do what's left, right? And staying with Thompson is going to be difficult for whoever's playing her one-on-one. Right now, Newman's pulling that job. And Newman with the nice box out.
Yeah, that was great pressure defense right there from Sophie Wright, who is just absolutely, like, fundamentally really good at basketball. What a shot right there.
Miyazaki in rhythm. Finds the three-point shot.
Yeah, you love the fact that the Knights are able to score with Courtney and Katie and Nan on the bench right now. The Knights are getting scoring from their young guards. This time, Misaki able to knock down the three. I think the Knights are able to knock down 3 3-pointers tonight, but the defense is what I want to talk about. 4 blocks, just nothing easy. Haven't seen anything around the paint. All of the shots that Meredith was able to knock down have been, from a little bit extended into their range. You love the defense on display from the Knights, leading early right now, 23-8 in the rebounding category. And even with this smaller lineup, rebounding hasn't been an issue. And, you love to see it. And Meredith, with this smaller lineup right now, definite opportunity to move the ball and run the sets that you want to run. And Perko, definitely opportunities to score.
And get second chance points, off rebounds. You take advantage of the smaller SVU lineup by being real aggressive on the offensive board. Send 5 players to the board every time if you can. And you got to send one back on defense. And here's Thompson getting to that sweet spot and just not able to finish. Great swipe to get the steal. Same result on that layup. Just a little bit off.
Yeah, great timing right there from Sophie Wright on the rebound. Again, right place, right time from Wright. Just gets it done.
Barisha Jones took that last shot in for Coach Ron. Thompson now running the point for the offense and gets into the lane, finishes strong, ends up on the ground, but she's going to pop up. And they're going to call a block, I think, after the shot. I can't tell how they're calling that because I didn't hear a foul called on the shot. Did you?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was before. It looks like she's heading to the line. It was definitely a really late whistle after she had hit the ground. Okay, it looks like they're getting it cleared up, and the foul was after the shot.
Yeah, they're going to say that after the shot, Wright, I'm not sure. You watched the replay.
Incidental, if anything.
Wright stops. She's just running away, and I have no clue what the referee was looking at right there. It's interesting call. But nevertheless, great opportunity for Thompson. Again, I love her play. I think she's fantastic, and she needs to keep doing what she's doing. And there you see number 0, Alyssa McCrolla, step in and hit a big shot. Is 0 a number? I don't know if I can call it a number.
Well, it's lack of a number, but what a shot right there from Alyssa McCrolla, who comes in, and that's typically a big no-no, coming into the game and launching a three-point cold off the bench. But McCrolla knocks it down as we see a huge substitution coming in for the Knights, but it's still pushing in transition up a lot and still pushing in transition, which you love to see.
Entry pass into O'Bray. She'll kick it out to Sophie Wright. Misses on the three-pointer. The Knights still running their offense transition. When you come in as substitutes, you got to be ready to run what the starters have been running. I mean, you might tweak it a little bit, but it's still about playing good ball and doing your best and making the most of your opportunities. The Knights about to put full subs in. That backside defense help allows for Danica Ray to be wide open, and she's able to finish.
Yeah, Grace Ledford drives in and able to pop it right in with that bounce pass, exactly where it needed to be for the little jumper.
The Knights have 4 players currently sitting at the bench ready to check in. Miyazaki has that pass get deflected.
Yeah, Ray able to get the steal on defense down here. Meredith definitely putting up a fight here to end this second period.
And the steal from O'Bray. She runs ahead of the defender and is able to finish in transition. The Knights with a timeout. Coach Schroeder wanting to get her substitutes in.
Yeah, I mentioned it when she subbed in. O'Bray plays defense with such speed, that quick move in the passing lane right there, and then able to push it up to herself and get it all the way coast to coast for the layup. What a play right there. And that's a great play right there from the young guard because Meredith had a couple buckets back-to-back and were making plays. So that was a great look right there, able to halt some of the momentum, and good look right there from O'Bray.
Yeah, the last minute and a half was even across the board in terms of rebounding and points. So Meredith needs to just keep trying to do that, stay even for now. With these players that come in and with your familiarity with the team, talk about some of these substitutes, Skylar.
Well, a huge thing right now, Malia Dye coming into the game. Awesome to see her struggle with an injury this season, but she's a senior. She's been around the program for a whole lot. Big SVU name around here. So it's great to see her in. Also, Lima Muitalo comes in to play post, plays great defense on Courtney and Katie. Make sure they're working. You love to see the bench being emptied early here and opportunities being given. Staples with the rebound right there. Another scout team player that the Knights really rely on.
There were a number of SVU players that chose not to play during the COVID season. Malia Dye did play during the COVID season. Malia Dye did play during the COVID season. A number of players for the Knights, as a lot of college players did, chose not to play. Malia did play, and it was awesome to see the leadership that she had last year with the Knights.
Yeah, even through her injury, has been close around the program and works hard to maintain relationships with the girls, and works on the defensive end, and great box out right there. And yeah, like I said, just great to see her out there.
I love it when announcers, when you're talking about them and they make a play while you are, it makes you look like a genius. As it is, Malia, when she's in, is going to make a lot of plays, so we'll see her name called a lot right now over the next few minutes while she's in. Also in for the Knights, you have Sierra Owen. We already talked about McCrolla in. Checked in for the Knights is number 33, Madison Staples. And rounding out, as you mentioned, Muitalo.
Yeah, Owen's another guard that has the ability to score from, basically anywhere. High ceiling, developing her defensively and offensively, but great to see her getting minutes here. And she, if she sticks around, will be a huge weapon for the Knights going forward.
It'll be interesting to see how the Avenging Angels play with this group. When this group came in, it was for the quarter. It was 8-22 for the second quarter. We'll see how that finishes out. Really important opportunity for the Angels. You want to have confidence. You want to feel like it doesn't matter if you're playing against the team's starters or backups. As the first half ends, the Knights, I'm sure, will have these backups in for most of the second half as long as they maintain the lead that they have. Lead currently at 28 points. But you want to, as Coach Ron, she's like, look, we're looking to build. We're looking to get better. We're looking to develop. And you don't really care about the score. I've been on the other side of this, the Meredith side of this. And in those moments, I've coached on these, I've played on these, you got to forget the scoreboard. And you go out, you try to run offense, and you just play possession to possession and try to get better over the process.
100%, and I definitely relate to being on the other side of that. And what you got to do is you got to work with what is working for you. Michaela Thompson and Lindsay Bell are able to shoot the ball from around the corner hot right now, so they should continue to work the ball into them, and that'll open up Perko around the basket. 2 of 12 shots taken by Perko, all around the basket, just 4 points for her. You'd love to see Morgan, Bell, and Thompson get involved on the offensive end, and that'll obviously open up Perko, who we've known has the ability to score. And going into the second half, you definitely want to see the Knights work really hard to make sure that they can get their subs in. They've played a tremendous amount of games over the last 10, 15 days, and you'd love to get as much rest as possible with a lead like this.
So we will take about 10 minutes, 12-minute break right now. Go get your soda and popcorn, come back and join us in the second half, and we'll see how it develops. And welcome back to the second half of this contest between the Southern Virginia University women's basketball team and the Meredith College Avenging Angels. Knights up by 28 points and finished out that second half with a slew of substitutes. Coach Schroeder putting in her starting 5 to begin this second half. If it goes well from a SVU standpoint, I think you'll see subs very quickly. Coach Ron putting in her starting group, but we have a technical foul shot. Nobody informed us of this, but we'll maybe later be able to figure out what that was all about. And they'll start with the ball. That was Deja Morgan stepping in and hitting the
Yeah, I'm not sure what we missed, but
and the arrow points the Knights' way in terms of the jump ball. So I'm not really sure what they're doing. We'll figure it out.
seems like we're not the only ones.
Now it'll be white ball after that technical off the jump, the jump ball arrow pointing the Knights' way, which is always how they begin each quarter. Is whoever has the jump ball possession takes the ball, and the jump ball arrow goes the other way off the inbound. Meredith, interesting history. It's about a 100-year-old school. Started with 200 women about 100 years ago, now up to 2,000 students, some of which include men, like I mentioned, in the graduate school. Really a strong university for women to go to, and when they talk about the value systems and grounded in a liberal arts education, the Knights unable to finish on that shot. So, really an interesting school. As nice move from Carrier to get around Newman. Gets around her again. This time around Nan. Help coming from Garish. And he'll stay Avenging Angel ball. Located in Raleigh, North Carolina. These ladies traveled about 4 hours north to come play here in Buena Vista, Virginia.
Yeah, the majority of the roster for Meredith is North Carolina natives.
Yeah, they have one Maryland and one Florida native. Great steal from Emma Camden as she pushes in transition. 3-on-2, the bounce pass to Christensen, and she finishes with the right hand.
That is a difficult pass in transition because of the bounce, the timing involved right there. Emma Camden hard with that right hand in front of Nan, able to get it up and in for the layup. That was just a great play in transition, and it's the exact same thing we saw in the first half from the Knights. Quick stop, and we see another one, and push in transition.
Back and forth. Camden gets in front, finishes. Good back and forth between her and Newman. The steal coming from Christensen on the other end. The Knights now with the first few points of this half, minus that technical foul. And Garish limits the Meredith Avenging Angels' opportunities to just one. 20 seconds in the shot clock. This feels like a long possession for the Knights. And getting around her defender was McCrolla, and they'll get a jump ball. It'll go Avenging Angels' direction.
Yeah, big lead on the scoreboard, but it doesn't matter. Newman playing so hard right there on the offensive glass, able to get the possession arrow in favor of the Knights going forward. But we've seen Perko get that shot that we saw to possession before a couple of different times. Obvious effort to get that look, but it's got to say something to the defense of both Courtney and Katie collapsing around her. Regardless of the pump fakes or the moves that she puts up, just unable to get anything to go around the paint. This time fouled on her attempt by Courtney.
So the Knights will put leading scorer for Meredith, Katie Perko, on the line. Oh, no, not on the line. Sorry, on the floor. Pass it in to number 21, Riley Bulliard. And a little aggressive was Newman.
Yeah, and that's something that happens when you play as aggressive on defense on the perimeter. She committed that foul about 2 or 3 steps beyond the three-point line, and that's a tough break for Newman, who needs to learn to, to be in control a little bit and not foul, but still you love her aggression, and you'll take that every time.
If you haven't had a chance to check out some of the Knights' social media, you're welcome to, and they're going to not call a push right there as Katie Garish goes down. It'll go over to Meredith Ball. The Knights, Knight_WBB, the Instagram, Kiwi Giroux and his team have put together a fantastic social media platform for all of the Knights athletic teams, and the women's basketball is no exception. The block from Katie Garish does fall back into the hands of the Avenging Angels, and they'll start over.
That is such a disheartening thing to happen. And then a great play getting on the floor, and that's where Newman's play just a few minutes ago really pays off. Jump ball right there on the steal from Camden goes in the Knights' favor. Knights get a possession here on offense.
The Southern Virginia University webpage hosts a lot of past forums and a lot of great information. Knights broadcasting, which you're on right now. Great place to catch all of our Knights games, both on demand and live as we are now. And then go to our Instagram page and Facebook. We have some fantastic content that the marketing and the social media teams are putting together. As Emma Camden triggers in transition, it's a 3-on-3. Emma over the top to McCrolla. McCrolla double teamed, not able to get to fall as Perko grabs the rebound, and she'll push the ball up herself. She'll stop at the elbow and gets it to fall. Great job from Perko.
Yeah, gets the friendly roll off the front iron. What a pull-up right there. Had teammates open, but elects to pull up that elbow jumper and knocks it down.
Meredith doing a better job at the beginning of this third quarter than they did at the beginning of the second quarter. A little better defense, and they're scoring already with 3 points. Shot clock at 4, and a foul as McCrolla gets into the paint, and she'll end up at the free throw line.
Yeah, McCrolla continuing to be aggressive, trying to score. Just can't get anything to roll in. This time gets fouled, sends her to the free throw line. 7 points in the first half for McCrolla to go with her 5 rebounds. Does it all defensively for the Knights, both around the perimeter and down low, as she tag teams that with Garish. Muitalo into the game for Garish early on here in this third quarter. Looking forward to see her battle around in the post going forward in the Knights program.
If you haven't had a chance, as McCrolla checks out for Miyazaki, if you haven't had a chance to visit campus, we'd love for you to come to Buena Vista. If you're not familiar with SVU, it's a private university in alignment with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Our school motto, Gather, Lift, Launch, meant to build students in all phases of their life. These ladies can attest to that. We know a good number of them, Skylar, and they're incredible women, not just on the court, but off the court.
Yeah, absolutely. They work hard, and they play hard. As we see a little bit of a traveling violation there called on Newman. But yeah, it's a great place to be, great place to play sports, and as we see consistent play in this USA South, and we're blessed to be in this new conference and to be competitive in this new conference. It's something to see across the board, and looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, several Knights teams have already done very well in conference. The men's and women's cross country team won the conference championship. Women's volleyball did the same. A fantastic season for women's volleyball. As the turnover goes the Knights' direction, Newman will bring the ball up for her team in the hands of Miyazaki. Wright, Sophie Wright is also in the game, along with Mulitalo. And very aggressive play. Interesting, which way is this foul going to go? The refs are getting together. Who did you see? Two refs raised their hand. They're going to call the foul on Meredith.
Yeah, that one's going to go on Piper Carrier, who's playing hard on the rebound battle. Both Newman and Carrier boxing out each other pretty hard both go to the ground. Foul called on Carrier. Not sure who took the worst of it on that one, but either way, we got stoppage of play here, and about 4:48 left in this third period.
I expect Carrier will be subbed in for. That's her 4th foul. Only person in foul trouble for the Avenging Angels. The Knights, McCrolla has 3, and Addison Newman has 2. The SVU webpage, if you go to svu.edu or svu.edu/about, you get a lot of great information. There's an excellent about 4-minute YouTube video right there at the top, kind of a campus tour video that is hosted on a YouTube site that then you can find a whole bunch of other really cool information about SVU in terms of professors and student experiences. I've had a chance to work with a lot of incoming students, and the thing that always I hear, in fact I heard it today, our students, how they are with each other, the environment, the vibe that is here, really cool place. Skylar, you've been here. You had some cool experiences here, and
yeah,
glad to have
absolutely.
students like you here.
Yeah, blessed to be here. Blessed to be here as long as I've been able to be here. We see another foul called on Meredith. Big shouts out to the fans in attendance here in the barn. Nearly packing every seat we can here. Big shouts out to them for following along with the mask policies and doing anything to come watch out. Yeah,
backdoor cut from Christensen doesn't quite connect, and it'll be Avenging Angel ball. The 31-point lead now for the Knights. Again, there's Thompson getting the lane, stopping with the hand in her face, can't quite connect, but grabbing that ball, Deja Morgan, and she finishes on the left side. Knights with the number of subs in, but starters Newman and Christensen are still in.
Yeah, with Camden on the bench, interesting to see who plays that true point position as we see Lima just unable to get that one to fall. The crowd would have gone crazy on that one right there. Muitala playing stout on defense so far.
Thompson looking to drive against Sophie Wright, calls for the pick, gets it, gets in the lane, but Lima Muitala with the block. Quickly up ahead from Christensen to Newman to Miyazaki. And the finish.
Yeah, great defensive play by Muitalo and Christensen right on cue. Shouts out Lima on that one. And then they push in transition, able to get the bucket. And that's the story of the day so far for the Knights. Just putting up a brick wall in front of that basket as we see another. Oh, wow, right on cue. Great shot over the teeth of Christensen. Called for the foul. Danica Ray. That's a confident look right there from the baseline through the teeth of the defense.
Yeah, going up over Christensen is no easy thing. And great finish with the foul for Ray. Ray, a sophomore, 5'10", from Albemarle, North Carolina, Greystone High School. You mentioned the preponderance of players from North Carolina. Jacksonville, Florida is where Barisha Jones is from, and Riley Bolliard is a sophomore from Walkersville, Maryland. The rest, also Piper Carrier is from Florida. And then the rest come from North Carolina. When you look over the Knights roster with Jessup just missing short on that right-handed drive. You mentioned as soon as she got into the game in the first half, she was playing with confidence, looking for her shot. We see it right there again.
Well, yeah, she's a scorer right there. You'd love for her to be aggressive and go through the defense. She seemed to fade a little bit. She's strong with that right hand. Needs to go in and take that contact rather than fade away, because that's why the ball drifted a little bit outside. But, yeah, she's aggressive on offense and looks to score. You love the tandem of, Allie McCrolla and Barrett. They play well together, and looking forward to see who can get some scoring on the Knights right now.
Yeah, for the Knights, there are 4 women on the team from Virginia. The rest hail from all other places across the country, from California to Calgary, Alberta, Utah, Colorado, Maryland. Lots of opportunities for coaches Schroeder to recruit across the nation. Nice drive from Perko. You see why she's the leading scorer in the conference coming into this game, in conference play.
Yeah, 20 points a game in conference from Perko right there, just strong with that left hand. Nobody stops ball. She's going to take that one all the way.
O'Bray kicks out to Miyazaki. Miyazaki with that three-point shot, which kind of jumps into it. Kind of her form right there. That's the way most of her shots are, and she's been really effective with it.
Yeah, O'Bray skips it over there on a beautiful little cross pass, and Miyazaki in full form knocks it down and smiles before it goes through the net, knowing that one was in. The Knights have all the energy in the world right now and are playing confidently with this second unit into the game. Malia Dye, want to see her continue to be aggressive on defense and get as much minutes as she can. Looks to help her team, in the second half of this season going down the stretch.
Miyazaki comes into the game 14% in her three-point shooting, but she's now 2 for 4 on the evening. So really shooting with some confidence, as you mentioned. 2 for 3 from the free throw line, 3 of 5 overall. Second leading scorer for the Knights with 10 points.
Yeah, the scoring off the bench was going to be a big deal for the Knights in the absence of Anna Singer, and a couple of different players have answered the call. The Knights are really, sharing the scoring responsibilities. Just a couple of players that have seen time haven't scored. Garish, of course, leading all, able to get that double-double in this third quarter. 8 of 9 shooting. She got 16 points and 10 rebounds. Garish is putting on an All-American performance, reminiscent of her 2020 CAC Player of the Year, in that famous tournament run we had a couple years back, and in her senior year, looking to do that and more. And if you're a Knights fan, you should be excited to see Garish close out this senior year.
Yeah, absolutely. Garish, a business major, was a 2020 preseason first-team All-American, as you mentioned, CAC Player of the Year in 2020. Springfield, Virginia native, went to Annandale High School up there in Northern Virginia, as the box out from Malia Dye comes. Quickly up and just a little high from O'Bray to Miyazaki.
Yeah, pass is just a little bit high. You love the way they're playing right now, smiling at each other, and nobody, in the wrong headspace. Everybody's, gelling right now, and it's of course it's easy to say that with the sizable lead that they're having, but we saw that from the get-go from this Knights team. Great defensive play right there from Dye. Yeah,
Ray with the similar shot that she made over Christensen. I guess the problem was she didn't get fouled. You get foul her and she'll finish it for sure. That was over the back on O'Bray. O'Bray.
Yeah, that's not a bad look right there from Allie, who has proven she can knock down those mid-range jumpers, but maybe a little early in the shot clock could definitely work to get herself an open layup or a 3-ball, as the Knights have a couple different shooters on the floor that can knock those down, and with Malia crashing the boards, why not let them fly?
Straight up, and you look at O'Bray, nice shot and finish. Ray's doing a great job on the offensive end the last few sets. O'Bray, Foothills Composite High School out of Calgary, Alberta, Female Athlete of the Year at Foothills Composite. A number of these Knights players, no travel called. Ray doing it on both the offensive and the defensive end. Quickly pushing his carrier, and they don't get the shot to fall as Jessup grabs the rebound.
Again, another defensive play right there from Dye, running back in transition to play defense and doesn't commit a foul, which was impressive right there, being that the offense went straight into her, and then through the teeth again, no foul called.
Ray with the block. Really doing a great job. Ray took over from the Avenging Angel standpoint. You see her walking off, just like breathing heavy. She put in quite an effort in the last minute and a half in terms of scoring and her defensive effort. Great job from Danica Ray. She's a sophomore again from Albemarle, North Carolina.
Yeah, it was great back and forth there. Both teams unable to get the layups they wanted behind two great defensive efforts and contact for sure, but the refs letting them play a little bit here. The Knights looking to sub in, I believe, their starters to start this fourth. Curious to see how long they'll stay in, but a couple buckets will probably send them to the bench and done for the night, and interesting to see how the rest of this game will go. We've seen, great play from Garish, obviously. Christensen with the 6 boards herself, and
Ray's done her job on the offensive end. She averages just about 5.5 points per game already at 7 points. So, they needed a half dozen players to get over their season average. Currently, I think Ray's really the only one doing that. But the other members of the team working hard. I mentioned I really love the play of Thompson, how she can get to the lane. I think Deja Morgan does a great job working hard on the rebounding, and we've seen the offensive prowess from Perko if you're not going to D up and even look to double team and rotate to her when she drives. The Knights now with their starting group back in. Coach Schroeder looking to make sure her team keeps their edge. Great job, as I mentioned, on the defensive end as Deja Morgan rebounding, comes in, steals the ball from McCrolla, gets the second rebound of that set, and then triggers out to Camden. And the short shot from Christensen. She gets the rebound but can't finish. Camden pulls down another offensive board for the Knights.
Yeah,
2 offensive boards already in the set.
Yeah, that's frustrating right there for Christensen, who made a great move to the basket. As you see an errant pass right there from Newman to Camden, gets stolen away from Meredith, who's pushing in transition now.
Nice job with the pump fake, but unable to finish was Deja Morgan.
Yeah, Knights looking to set up in a half-court set here under direction of head coach Lynette Schroeder. Looking to get an easy bucket here in this starting lineup. Yeah, and that's exactly what they got right there. Christensen just unable, obviously frustrated right there as the ball just rolls out, but Garish able to secure and get the putback.
McCrolla, psychology major, one of the senior players. She's only a junior, but one of the older players on this team, 6'1", from Longmont, Colorado. Great job in her work ethic and her leadership on this team. Her sister, Alyssa McCrolla, is a sophomore. She's been a staple at SVU on the basketball side for a number of years and really been great in helping establish the tradition that was brought in place early on. You go way back with Coach Lynette Schroeder and the excellence that they had back in before SVU was NCAA. And McCrolla has helped build the NCAA version into what it is today.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody that knows Courtney McCrolla knows how hard she's had to work, to get back to SVU and to be in the place she is now, and how hard she works day to day. And so, yeah, definitely huge compliments to her, and it shows in her play. She does it all for the Knights on the defensive end, and doesn't get to score as much as with Garish and Nan handling a lot of the scoring, but does a lot of the work in the trenches. And again, you said it is a staple around here at SVU. Huge supporter of all the sports and is around and is at the games and stuff.
Yeah, 9.5 points per game, almost 6 rebounds per game. Just does yeoman's work inside. And a good defender, as we've seen, with a couple blocks on the afternoon.
Yeah, 7 boards today to go with her 9 points, and has had a couple big games for the Knights and popped off big scoring nights, but majority of the time gets it done on all 3 aspects.
Beautiful shot from Christensen, just misses. But again, the offensive rebound, the second chance points for the Knights coming in droves right now. The Knights with 10 offensive rebounds, and these points will come as a consequence of that offensive rebound, or at least the opportunity at the foul line for Katie Garish. The Knights now with 46 total rebounds to 23 of the Avenging Angels, but that offensive rebound side, 11-4, is really telling in terms of the second chance points. And the Knights currently shooting 54%. and Meredith shooting 29% from the field. Really hard, though, is this 1 of 7 shooting for Meredith from the three-point arc. The Knights have tried 14 three-point shots, made 5. Carrier to Thompson. Thompson at the elbow, stops and shoots. Second time she's gotten blocked and then gotten the ball back. Great effort from Thompson. And now the three-point shot is a little bit long from Riley Bulliard.
Yeah, no stopping this Knights team as they continue to push in transition. A little push down low on Newman. Yeah, gets the call. But the Knights see the sub at the scores table and push in transition and try to get another bucket before the big substitution here.
So we have Miyazaki, Owens, Mulitalo, Jessup, and Wright checking in for the Knights. I think that might be the first time I've seen Coach Schroeder do a 5-woman sub. They played a couple games ago a team that would platoon 15 players, like 5 at a time. And it's an interesting deal, but that's not the norm for the Knights. Coach Schroeder really trying to get her team in, and Sierra Owen gets past her defender on that pump fake on the baseline, goes up, gets fouled, and gets herself to the line.
Yeah, Owen's got a bag of tricks to get to the rim and on display right there. Gets fouled and able to earn him here at the free throw line, but can't say enough of her ceiling offensively. Handles the rock really well and really strong with the basketball to the rack.
So on the court now for the Avenging Angels, we have Carrier, just checked in Barisha Jones, 34, Danica Ray. I guess we'll go with Danica, probably Danica, right? Danica Ray in, Perko is in also, and I believe Emma Lodge also in. Back and forth on the top of the rim, eventually falls, and Knights will be on defense with a 34-point lead.
So with these subs in for the Knights, the second and third unit, I'm really interested to see the defensive play of Jessup and Owen, 2 players that don't get regularly amazing amount of time, but can definitely play actual roles in this team going forward, and looking forward to what they can do defensively to earn minutes, in this final quarter.
Yeah, both are COVID sophomores, meaning they could have an extra year if they wanted. So young players that have been in Coach Schroeder's system for now a second year.
Yeah,
definitely have the athleticism and the skills to be real contributors going forward.
Yeah, you said it. And with Owen making that move right there, right on cue, as we see Perko able to knock that one down. But they're both scorers, and that's what I like. They both have a lot of aggression to the basket. Barrett, a little bit more of a spot-up shooter, whereas Owen goes, more towards the rack. But we see a great cut right there and pass. And, of course, Sophie Wright's going to knock that one down 9 times out of 10. Such pure form on that jump shot from the baseline. But what a feed off the cut from Jessup.
Yeah, Perko having to help on the weak side, and Jessup able to get that ball into the hands of Wright. Nothing Perko could do. She tried to close out afterwards, but the damage had already been done. Getting inside, what a great move to cut her defender off. She stepped with that right foot in front of the SVU defender, and then the help didn't stay there. They hesitated like she was going to go throw it out. That little hesitation got her open. It was awesome. Inside is Mulitalo, gets her own rebound, and finishes, shaking her head like, got to finish on the first one. Upset herself for that, but her teammates in the crowd jump up on the finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Mulitalo, fan favorite right there as they erupt after that bucket. And
fan favorite. Sorry, go ahead, Scott.
A big foul right there called on Lima on the shot, but I was just going to say, great drive right there from Perko down the baseline. Always aggressive.
Mulitalo is a fan favorite for a number of reasons. One, she's just an amazing woman. She's been around the campus since her father moved the family here. Ed Mulitalo, the head football coach, once he retired from playing at the Ravens, he took his family. A really cool story. There's an ESPN NFL spotlight on Coach Ed Mulitalo, who won a national championship with the Baltimore Ravens, world championship, excuse me. And then once he retired, he moved his family back to his home country of Samoa. And they lived there. He wanted to bring them back to their roots. And they were there for a while. And over the course of a few years, eventually moving his family back to the States and then to SVU, to Buena Vista, to be an assistant coach and now the head coach of the Knights. So when he moved his family here, Lima moved and has helped on the football team, has done a lot with the basketball team, just really beloved across campus. Yeah, RM meaning returned missionary, for those not familiar with the colloquialism. Yeah, the Knights across campus have a really big Polynesian cultural heritage associate. That the association is really big because of the rugby team has brought in a lot of players. As we see the rebound from Utalo to Jessup, Jessup can't get it to fall. The football team with Coach Ed, they recruited just a lot of Polynesian players, and it's amazing to have that culture on campus because it's a culture of love. It's a culture of like happiness. They're really supportive. You see them singing together. I was just in one of our eating spots a couple nights ago, and there was about 20, 25 members of the Polynesian Association just sitting down there, and they were singing together. And I couldn't help but stay for about 20 minutes just enjoying the camaraderie and the love that was going on there. And they share that across campus. And Lima is a big part of that. Maddie Staples with the left-hand finish on the assist from O'Bray. Great job.
Scorers recruited and brought in from head coach Lynette Schroeder. Plays a great scout role, and this time getting it done in prime time as we see another big shot from Perko, who just continues to chip away. Couldn't get a whole lot going in the first half, but able to get her scoring on track now with 16 points, but 22 attempts Perko has taken from the field.
Yeah, really great to see Staples getting that basket. Also now on the court for the Knights, Madison Crunk. She's been injured. Good to see her out there on the court getting time. Crunk comes in freshman guard from Augusta, Georgia, Evans High School. And great shot and finish, giving the 45th point of the afternoon for Meredith. Right now they're about 9 points short of their season average. And there's Malia Dye with the beautiful shot. That's
a shot Malia's going to remember right there. She's going to make them pay if you don't come out on Malia Dye right there. What a look right there. Confident jump shot, and her bench erupts as the starters down here for the Knights leading Chance still 2 minutes left and still fired up to get a win.
O'Bray quickly in transition, puts the ball up, unable to finish. Staples can't get the ball to in the rebounding category, but Carrier does. She drives, and she's going to draw the foul against Alyssa McCrolla. Great job from Carrier to push in transition and draw that foul. Be the third foul for the Knights. So not a shooting foul yet. Madison Crunk will check out. Coach Schroeder looking at her saying, how's it feeling, right? So a bit of a lower leg injury and working through that.
Yeah, those ankle injuries are some of the worst to come back from. I say that from experience, as we see a little missed jumper right there, and Malia able to get the board. But it's just about feeling it out, and Crunk's a very athletic player, plays at a high speed. As we see a beautiful pass from Staples.
And O'Bray finishes, as you mentioned, on that push and transition. Great job underneath. Malia to McCrolla underneath. Kick out in transition to Staples, and then she finds O'Bray. All 4 of the 5 Knights touching the ball in that transition play. Nice run and shot. First points, I believe, of the afternoon for Ledford. Great job from the freshman from Raleigh.
Yeah, the freshman makes a confident move with that right hand and able to knock it down. Owen to the rack. Threw a tremendous amount of contact right there. Had to be something, but
how is that not a call either way? You're going to call a charge, fair. If you're going to, I think you could definitely call a block. And then McCrolla with the steal as she outruns everybody down the court and finishes for the Knights' 83rd point.
Yeah, heads-up play right there from Allie, able to take it coast to coast with the left hand. Plays ambidextrously between both hands. She's an impressive weapon on offense, and we're trying to find her groove this season.
4-time letter winner in high school. And then the great play on the defensive end up ahead to Sierra Owen. No foul call on that shot.
Yeah, that's a great play. Malia Dye gets the block and then saves the ball right there. But Malia Dye playing hard through the minor, and that shows, just how hard she's been working for this moment. She's wanted to come back so hard. There probably isn't anybody who's worked as hard in the training room, in the weight room, with this amazing training staff here at SVU to get back on the floor. That's awesome to see Malia knock down that shot and then get that block. What a night for the Southern Virginia Knights, able to, lead the entire of this game and not rely on one person too specifically. Leading all scores, Garish gets it done with 22 points, and on that point, 10 of 11 shooting for Garish. That is an efficient night as they are celebrating over here by the scores table, just having so much fun. An impressive win in conference, able to stay undefeated on that east side of the USA South and extend 14 straight. It has been a while since these girls have seen a loss, and they are having fun, as evident is on display on the court right now.
Yeah, at the beginning of this game, you talked about the Knights needing to hold Kate Perko if they're going to win this game. And Kate got her shots up. You mentioned 22. She shot 36% for the game, unable to get any three-pointers. And her game was really down low inside, but the combination of Knights inside really helped limit the number of clean shots that she had. Led the team with 16 points from the Avenging Angels side. Danica Ray with 9 and Deja Morgan with 7. Impressive on the Perko end, though, also a double-double. She got 10 rebounds. So a very impressive player. I think she's got a real chance to garner all-conference honors at the end of this season.
Yeah, highlight there for her is going to be that by the end of the year. And Meredith's looking to turn around in this second half of the season. They have talent all over the floor. It's just about putting the pieces together. The Knights were able to get it going a little bit from the three-point line, able to knock down 5, and they've been struggling a little bit as of late to knock down those 3 bombs. So able to get points from there is big time. Also able to get to the free throw line 19 times while only sending Meredith there 6 times. That's big time. The Knights able to defend without fouling, which is what assistant coach Brett Schroeder mentioned us before the game, saying that they needed to defend Perko without fouling. Not sure Perko got to the free throw line more than 2 times tonight.
Right, only confirmed. Yeah, only 2 times, 0 for 2 on the evening.
Yeah, it was a great play. Something to work on for the Knights going forward into conference and into tournament play. 14 turnovers, and a lot of those turnovers in the first half, and were just mental errors, sloppy passes, passes over the heads of girls and stuff like that. So definitely need to limit that. But off the turnovers that the Knights caused on defense, able to get 22 points off turnovers, which is big time. Of course, dominating the assist category as usual and the rebound category. it was a great game for the Knights, and excited to see what they can do going forward.
Right. The Knights with 25 assists means that of their 32 shots they put up, that they made, rather, 25 were assisted. That's nearly 80% of their shots are assisted. Katie Garish on the receiving end of a lot of those assists, as she scored 22 points. Miyazaki getting into double digits, but the double-double for Garish, the 11 rebounds, the 22 points, and I think doing it very efficiently, 10 for 11 on the evening, which is just phenomenal. And you also saw Miyazaki being very efficient, 3 for 5, 2 for 3 from the three-point line, which was great for her. Shooting 14%, struggling from the three-point arc to come in and get a couple on just 3 shots. Really good for her. So the Knights will have an opportunity tomorrow. We have a doubleheader, this quick turnaround. We talked about this. They play William Peace tomorrow at 2 p.m. William Peace, they're actually 1 game below Meredith in the conference standings at 2-10. So if you're going to play back-to-back, I suppose if you wanted to put the schedule together, this might be an opportunity that the Knights would say, yeah, it's a good opportunity in back-to-back games because they're not easy. Fortunately, got a lot of rest in, and going forward tomorrow, I hope you'll join us. That'll be the first game, the 2 p.m. start. Then at 4 p.m., or as soon as the women's game ends, we'll have the men's game against Averett. A huge game since Averett leads the conference for the men.
Yeah, it's going to be a competitive day tomorrow. Excited to see what your Southern Virginia Knights can do against these 2 tough teams, and both conference teams, and all conference games going forward for the Knights, and looking to win out in conference here, which would be a big deal. First season in conference. But what a game and what a night.
Yeah, we hope everybody stays safe. God bless.
And go Knights.